Welcome to What the Fuck Are You Reading?
Yay!
Yeah. I don't know what episode this is.
I have no clue.
Maybe 5. Who knows? I'm Lisa.
Done a lot now.
And we've got Silas.
Hello.
And Matt.
Hello. I am here.
Yeah. It's just the 3 of us tonight. Everybody else bailed.
We were supposed to have a group read, but they decided to say fuck us.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys will get some talk about Poppy Z. Bright's Exquisite Corpse next episode, hopefully.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe James will have time to read it between now and then, too.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Mm-hmm. Yep, so I guess we'll just go around and talk about a couple of books, since we don't have our group read. I will let one of you guys start, because I don't even know what I'm going to talk about yet.
Do you want to go, Matt? You got anything off the cuff?
I do have a short list I can start.
Okay.
As I was listening to the group read, I was going back and forth between audiobooks.
Uh-huh.
And the one I read, or listened to, I should say, was a book from a Jon alum on this show, because he was like, that book's really sick, and I went to look for it and it was not there. So I was like, okay, let me step here. And I found I Wished by Dennis Cooper.
Okay.
Ooh, very cool.
It's a very short read. It's like, I think altogether like 2 hours.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That is short.
And it's hard to really put a finger on what this book's actually about. Like, it's it's definitely a fictional book, but at the same time, it feels very autobiographical at times too. Like about like his like love of another man and stuff like that. But it also like takes these very dark turns where he's like comparing his own mentality to like John Wayne Gacy and all kinds of crazy shit.
Yeah. Yeah, he does that a lot. I've noticed he does a lot of the kind of mixing almost an autobiographical air into his fiction, and it's all very like dark, gay, psychosexual kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, why, even though he's not necessarily from the exact same scene, it makes sense that early on in his career, he had a lot of early comparisons to some of the like middle career Sotos stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you can definitely see stuff like that in the book. From what I heard about stuff like the sluts, though, it's a little more tame than that. It's just, it does feel like the ramblings of someone who's just kind of on the edge of their own sanity.
Yeah, very much.
And it makes it a very uncomfortable listen. Like, there's a lot of things that get repeated over and over again. And you're just like...
Oh, and this was an audiobook, yeah?
Yeah.
Who narrated it? Was it Cooper?
I don't think it was. Hang on, let me see if I can hold that up. Because unfortunately it was on Spotify. Womp womp.
Oh, I didn't even realize there would be a fucking Dennis Cooper one on Spotify. I'll have to listen to that soon.
Yeah, that's how I was too. I was like, oh shit, I didn't even know this would be on here. Come on, load. This fucking app's so dick.
I know, it's so bad now. It's busted as hell on my end too.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Yeah, it seems like most of the time now it's like the most you can get out of like more outer limits kind of stuff I find is like kind of like Chuck Palahniuk, like the transgressional fiction sort of a thing of his ideal or whatever. But then the other than that, in terms of like harsher content, all I can find is like some kind of meh, like middle of the road, like splatterpunk most of the time.
Mm. It was narrated by Daniel Henning, so
okay.
So it was not by him. Yeah, the book's really short, and I do recommend it. It is a very solid little read. It's just very... I was not like prepared for what it was actually going to be.
Yeah.
I expected more a straightforward like narrative, and you're just not going to get that from this book. Like, there's not really a narrative. It's just ramblings in a sense, but it's also very entertaining. But I will say at the same time, I was listening to our group read, so it was like, I was a little more hooked into that one than this one.
Yeah.
And God, I wish everyone was here so we could talk about that book because it's so fucking crazy.
I know.
Yeah. Yeah, I was excited. I'll just let the audience know this time I really did enjoy it, so I'm excited to delve into it a little bit more.
Me too.
And also, like, I'll go ahead and throw this out here too for listeners too. There's if you don't want to support Spotify or fucking Audible, there is an app I came across called Everand that is very much like Audible. You can get like your 3 audiobooks a month type of thing, and it's $16 a month, something like that. It's not like terrible.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm definitely going to be using them going forward when it comes to a lot of shit, because they have a pretty crazy catalog, including some authors that I will, throughout our ongoing series, will be going into, because the shit's good.
I'll have to jump on that too, because I was trying to look for good audiobook sources here lately, because separate from the support issues, I'm just kind of tired of dealing with what's out there on the main ones I've got access to. But the only reason I hadn't jumped on anything else was because I couldn't find anything that had like a decent library of stuff I actually wanted to read. So
yeah,
I'll have to comb through that one.
Yeah, Everand also has like Kindle style books too, so you don't have to listen to them. You can just use your phone to go through like ebooks, and they have like a bunch of stuff by like Aaron Beauregard on the ebook section.
Hell yeah,
and all kinds of shit. But the book that I was wanting to potentially get to, but I didn't have the time, was going to be The Black Farm by Elias Witherow.
Oh,
and it's there is a dramatization version on Everand, so it has like sound effects and music.
Yes.
And I was like,
that's cool.
Yeah, as soon as I get my free books, I guess, for the month, which will be after my trial period, I'm definitely going to be picking that up.
Yeah, because it says it's $14.95 a month, and you get like 3 books a month. Where on Audible, I pay $14.95 and I get 1 book a month.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've been like buying them individually on like the Apple Book app, just on my iPhone, and like I keep running into instances where like some books are dirt cheap, and then some of them are like weirdly expensive for their age. So yeah.
What's like the group read Exquisite Corpse, I did buy on Audible because that was the only place I could really find it.
Me too.
And I knew if I bought it, like this might sound terrible, but if I bought the physical copy in that amount of time, I probably wouldn't have been able to finish it.
Yeah.
Because
I was using work to get through a lot of my stuff this time around.
Yeah, like on almost all of my breaks at work, I was hammering through that. When I was working on stuff at home, I was listening to that, as well as some other books I'll get to later. But yeah, that's a long version of the short review I have for I Wished. It's good. I do recommend it.
Okay.
It's very, very short, so definitely give it a listen.
Hell yeah.
Well, I can pick it up.
All right.
Let's see. So I think I'll start with, I read a literary classic, one of the first instances of like bizarre fiction, bizarro horror kind of stuff. This was actually a book that really, really inspired H.P. Lovecraft in his writing. It's The King in Yellow by Robert W. Chambers. I got this cool new edition from Pushkin Press, who has been putting out a lot of like really old school horror and really cheap, really cool little new editions with pretty solid cover art on all of them. So I definitely recommend checking out Pushkin. It's even got like yellow rimmed pages, which is very cool.
Yeah.
Because in the play, the pages are supposed to actually be yellow. But yeah. So this is from 1895.
Oh, wow.
And it's kind of like one of the first instances of like arcane or like eldritch horror in the Lovecraftian sense, like pre-Lovecraft. Yeah, so the story is about a book. It is a play called The King in Yellow.
Okay.
And nobody knows where it came from, but it just kind of showed up one day and started to show up all around the world.
Oh.
And it causes the reader to go insane.
Oh.
If they read too far into it. It seems to have some sort of arcane evil properties to it, and it has been, I guess, responsible for a bunch of huge events like sieges and fallen kingdoms and all kinds of things like that over the years, and vying for power from like dictators and things. But that it's also been responsible for people just going insane and getting locked up in asylums or committing multiple murders and suicides, or, you know, that sort of a thing. It's just this cursed book that apparently makes people go fucking insane. And we get the first half of the book, which is all stories of people dealing directly or indirectly with the book.
Oh, okay.
And then the second half of the book are all realist fiction stories where the book is nowhere to be seen and not mentioned again.
Oh.
And I think what's kind of cool about it is that it seems to have kind of a dual narrative meaning, whereas in the literal sense, the more realist, grounded fiction stories at the end, which are still about how flimsy like mental health and sanity and human relationships and all these other things are, especially it was kind of talking about like the Bohemian era specifically, and like Bohemian lifestyles and the way it like impacted like culture and human relationships and expectations and social standings at the time and things. But it also it seems to maybe have kind of a place within the narrative, as in like the book itself seems to just be able to will itself out of existence and as if it never existed and not be in the public eye when it doesn't want to be. Okay. So I like to think that was also part of it, is that you get these four like surreal, bizarre horror stories related to the book, and then the book just fucks off and it's gone. And it's as if it was never there to begin with, because it's like that sort of an object that has this like anomalous property to it that can just like come and go as it pleases and impact people as it pleases and then disappear like nothing happened. But yeah, it was very interesting. The first story had a character who had already been put in an asylum earlier in his life, and then he is friends with this really eccentric old man who everybody thinks is insane, and the old man is trying to essentially create a group of people who worship the King in Yellow from this play as kind of like a focus group to influence society, and he claims to have people from the highest echelons of all fields interested, all the way down to like the dregs of society who have also experienced the play and are interested in being a part of this collective group. And he wants this guy to help him head it. And if he mentions it to anybody, they act like he's insane because he has been to an asylum before. And they're also convinced that this old man is a fucking kook. He's like demented. He's gone like well past his depth and has been for a long time. That sort of a thing. So it eventually, almost like a Poe story. It kind of ends in this like maddening sequence of events where all the people who do get together before they can even start this wider group, they end up killing each other because they go mad. Like they go mad with paranoia for one another and distrust. And I thought that one was really good. It reminded me a lot of a Poe story. There are a lot of like really interesting like surrealist imagery things in this that I thought were especially like titillating for the time as far as like descriptive ideas go with imagery that is like both it's enough for you to fully visualize what's being talked about, but it also has this like dream-like kind of cadence to it where everything feels so floaty and ethereal and not like it's locked into reality.
Yeah.
And it's almost like the entire book, or the first half of it, is operating on a sort of like nightmare logic as you are dealing with like the flighty mental states of the protagonists as they slowly descend into the insanity that the book is enveloping them in.
Okay.
And I thought that the writing and the prose in that sense was really, really cool. I will be honest, even though I love what it was trying to do, I think that the last half of the book is very much a slog compared to the first half, just because I don't think it has as much staying power in the contemporary era as it probably did when it first came out and made waves for doing that as a literary convention. I think what everybody's there for are the spooky stories, right? Like, that's what I was there for. I didn't know that half of the book, it just disappears and it's not there anymore. And these are like bohemian romances and like one kind of like war fiction revolution story, and that's about it. Like it's just a completely different cuppa, and they're well written stories. They're not disinteresting, but if you're trying to read a bizarro horror eldritch book, then it's just not the same deal. They're just period pieces. But that being said, this was still very cool.
Yeah.
It does sound like, in a way, it's kind of a book. Again, I still need to read this, but it seems like a book that kind of like fucks with the reader too. That kind of like House of Leaves does.
It almost feels like something that would have been trying to go for that sort of a feeling at the time, like one of the first things to try and have that sort of like a meta narrative sewn into itself.
Yeah, I think it's really cool. I've been meaning to check that one out. So when you pulled that out, I was like, oh shit, this is like a fucking heavy hitter of the era.
Yeah.
Yeah, now that I kind of know what I'm getting myself into with that one, I'll keep that in mind too. Because that's definitely one I've had on my list of like, oh, I need to read this for fucking forever. Because I've always heard about its reputation of being like one of the earliest like cosmic almost horror type books.
So it's also it's extremely accessible. There are so many different publications of this floating around. You can get it for dirt cheap anywhere. You do not have to get the new Pushkin Press one, even though that one is a budget copy. It's pretty it's inexpensive. It was like $12 and change or something. But there are older editions you can get for even cheaper on like eBay or any used bookstore website. You can also find endless audio books for it from like public domain level, like we just wanted to do it quality, all the way up to like very official publishing house outlet quality. So however you want to check it out, if it sounds like something you want to check out, then it's not going to be hard to find for free. So
I have Kobo Plus, and I searched for it on there, and there's like 5 or 6 different versions on there.
Hell yeah.
Oh, even more. I scrolled further. There's so many different versions. That's
there's
crazy.
a whole ass audiobook on YouTube of this thing.
Nice.
And
yeah, I think I found one that was like officially, it was like produced by like Bloody Disgusting or something.
Oh, damn.
And I thought that was pretty cool.
Mhm.
So yeah, maybe close to Halloween time, if you want it to be a little extra spooky or whatever, then check that out.
Yeah.
I'm sure they do some theatrics with it, like some music or something.
Mhm.
well, the reason why it definitely has that many like variations of it too is because that copyright. Like that book was
Yeah.
made
Oh, yeah.
a long ass time ago, so it's one of those
Yeah.
things where it's like with silent movies, for example, like not to get into movie talk too much, but like stuff like pre 1930 something is in public domain now.
Mm.
So, and each year it goes up a year because the copyright is just past its time.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
that explains why like anybody can do that book and it just be fun.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what I was thinking. I didn't look into it, but I figured it was probably something that had fallen into a public domain sort of situation as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I got for that one.
Okay.
About you, Lisa?
Oh, man. All right.
I know you read a lot.
I did. I did, but I don't really want to talk about any of them.
Fuck.
I read 16 books. I don't really care to talk about any of them.
Jesus.
Are they that bad?
No, I don't know. I read a lot, but it's like I also just wasn't really in the mood. Like there's so many books I wanted to read this month, and I would start them and realize like I'm just not in the mood for this, so I would stop because
yeah.
I want to be able to enjoy them.
Gotcha.
Exactly.
I think I'm going to talk about where the hell did it go? I listened to one on Audible called Mad Love by Wendy Walker. And it wasn't listed as like a dramatization, but it basically is. Like it had all the sound effects, like there was like, opening doors and like it was like a full cast of people performing it.
Oh, wow.
The audio book part of it was actually really cool. The story was okay. So it's about a couple named Jen and Adam. And everyone thinks they're like the perfect couple. And then they're found shot in their bed.
Shit.
Adam's dead. Jen's in the hospital fighting for her life. 2 detectives are assigned to the case, Greta and Finn. And Greta has like a history with Jen's first husband, Eddie, who is dead.
Oh.
Jen married this Adam guy shortly after her husband's death, her first husband's death. She has 18-year-old twins from her first marriage. The boy, Daniel, is missing, along with Adam's gun. The girl, Piper, is the one that found the bodies. So, of course, everybody thinks that the kids did it. And the detective... Yeah. And the detective, Greta, she has a history with the family. And so she's, like, determined to protect the twins. She's like, no, they didn't do it. And there's lots of other people involved. There's an aunt that lives, like, right next door that, is keeping secrets. Everybody's keeping secrets, of course. There is a local attorney who was friends with Jen, and Jen left her a letter a day or two before the shooting started, or before the shooting happened. And she's the only one that can kind of piece together what happened, I guess. And it is one of those that it took me, like, I don't think I ever actually figured out who did it until they revealed who it was. So that was kind of cool. But yeah, like I said, the audiobook narration itself was the best part of the book.
Okay. Do you think that carried it enough where, like, if you had just read it, it wouldn't have been nearly as compelling?
Probably, yeah.
Okay. One of those sorts of things.
I think
so. Yeah, it's
so.
always interesting how that can be, right? Because I've noticed some things where it's like I'll listen to an audiobook and I'll really enjoy it and then think to myself, like, I can't imagine just sitting down to read this one in particular.
Yeah.
Because there was something about, like, the narrator they chose, or like if it had a full production that made it like such an experience. I don't know.
Yeah. And honestly, I don't think there's even like an option to just read it. I think it's only audiobook because it's one of those only from Audible things, like an Audible exclusive.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So that's probably for the best.
That's interesting.
Yeah. But yeah, that's all I really want to say about that one, I think. So I guess we're back to you, Matt.
Trying to decide what I want to do next, because like there's one I kind of want to do off the cuff that I didn't have on my list, but at the same time, it's almost one that I want to do as a group read if you all ever wanted to do it. I'll throw it out there.
There's only 3 of us, so I mean, even if you talk about it now, I'm sure Lisa and I probably wouldn't mind rereading it or whatever. Letting it be a surprise for everybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we ever do this for a group read, oh my god, I will be so stoked, because it is one of my favorite. I mean, it's hard to even call it a book because it is a creepypasta story. It was made on the internet and then later got published as a book.
Okay.
But that is, was it Dathan Auerbach's Pen Pal?
Okay, yeah. I took that down when you talked about it one time, I think off the air. I took notes on it.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I started an audiobook by him, which I do want to talk about a little bit, but I haven't gotten too far into it. I started it like this week. That one's called Bad Man, which I'll get into that a little bit later, maybe. I'll compile the 2 I'm listening to right now together, but...
Okay.
Yeah, Pen Pal is the story of a guy who in school, they do the Pen Pal program, where you're like, oh, let's, put this little envelope together and send it out. And he is the one who gets a weird letter back.
Okay.
And it's essentially, it shows Polaroids of him and his house.
Damn.
Yeah. And it escalates from there. And like, there's so much I don't want to spoil, because the end of that book had me staring at the wall. It's one of the most haunting books I have ever, I guess, listened to. I did listen to it.
Yeah.
It's so fucking good though. Like, the writing is so fucking scary. There's a whole section where, like, as it goes throughout his entire childhood to his, to modern day.
Oh.
And you start to realize this guy has been following him and stalking him his entire life.
Oh, damn.
From whenever he got those Pen Pal letters. It is scary fucking shit. There's a whole segment where him and his friend decide to go on this like riverbank type thing, and they go to this house because it's like a neighbor's cat or something like that runs inside of it, and they go inside to look for the cat, and as they're in there, they start hearing like meowing and stuff like that, but they're like, oh, that's not a cat, that's a person making those noises.
Oh.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's just a little bit of what Pen Pal has. It is regarded as the best creepypasta story ever.
Yeah.
And there's a fucking reason. It is. I listened to it when I was working at Walmart, and I swear to God, I was like, "Oh my God!" Like by the end of it, I was just like, "I don't know what to do with myself."
Yeah.
I was just slogging through work, just like staring at the floor, just being like, "Oh my God, this is horrific." It's
Hell
so
yeah.
fucking good.
Yeah, I can't wait. We should definitely do a group read
We
of it.
should, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I used to read a lot of like smutty books.
Mm-hmm.
And I was in this Facebook group for those kinds of books. And there's one called Pen Pal.
Yeah.
And everybody would like be getting the wrong one. They would be getting the one you're talking about instead. And they would be like, what the fuck? This is not what I expected.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I actually...
Yeah, I think when I searched after Matt talked about it, the first thing I saw was like a smutty book, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh.
And it is one of my favorite
Like-
books still, the smutty one. It is so fucking good.
Hell yeah.
I actually thought about reading one of these smuttier books because of its fucked up like reputation.
Yeah.
I'll bring it up because like I probably will read it eventually once I get the chance to.
Mhm.
But it's called Credence.
See, I haven't read that. I haven't read that one yet because I think there's like incest or something going on, and I was like,
it's got like
I'm
problematic themes.
not really into that.
Yeah. See, for me, it's not reading it to be like, oh, that's hot. It's to be like, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Because like I heard Papa Meat talk about that one, and I was like, oh my God, this book's so fucked.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I have read some of that lady's other books though, and they're all pretty fucked up.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, it's like two brothers are like, it starts like as like they're like raping this girl.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. And then,
Oh,
and then
maybe
the whole
it's
thing was like,
is it a father and a son? Is that what it is?
oh, it may be, yeah. Yeah, it's like super fucking gross for them from what I've heard. Like it's just like, it's bad
It's
whenever
like that, Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say it was bad when I looked it up on this app I've been using. And like there was an insane amount of like fucking like trigger warnings on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To the level of something like Exquisite Corpse had on there. And I was like,
Yeah.
God damn. Fuck.
It's like that I can't remember her name off the top of my head. I sent her to you.
Audrey
Lisa, way
Rush.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah. She writes like they're essentially like romance splatterpunk novels. It's like they're all like extremely fucked situations, like serial killer, cannibalism shit kind of stuff, and
like women that want to be eaten.
Books.
Yeah, like women want to be eaten by the man. Yeah. No, I need to talk about some of hers because I actually ordered a bunch of hers when I first started saying I was going to do this reading podcast. And I actually had her sign them, and I had her write to Lisa from What the Fuck Are You Reading? So I definitely need to talk about some of her books.
Yeah. I've been curious ever since.
Yeah. That Skins one, that's really good.
Yeah, we'll have to throw maybe one of her books into the old group read hat too.
Yeah, I thought about it. Yeah. Yeah, I thought about it. I thought about getting everybody like copies, but I don't think she has audiobooks for a lot of them.
Okay. I mean, I'll do my best to like hammer it out.
Most of them are pretty short.
That was probably not the best analogy for the books we were talking about, but you know. But yeah, Pen Pal, like it's been narrated so many times by so many people.
Yeah.
I listened to the Creepcast version, which has their like back and forth on it too. But at a certain point, it became less joking around and more of them being like, oh my god, we're like, again, keep in mind, also Papa Meat's on this fucking show. Them both being like, I'm so fucking scared. I don't even want to like I don't even want to look at the door of my room type of shit.
Oh my god.
It was good. It's a great fucking story.
Yeah.
No, I'm excited for that one. I've been
Me too.
waiting on that. I'm excited to do it as a group thing.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe we'll do that after Exquisite Corpse.
Fuck yeah.
That'd be cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, should I move on to mine?
Yeah.
Ready. Let's see. Actually, part of the reason that I chose to read The King in Yellow for this go was because I had just seen a pop-up ad for another book that was directly correlated to it.
Oh.
And it is called A Game in Yellow by Hailey Piper.
Okay.
And this is, well, first off, I didn't realize going in, I figured it would be a bit girly pop oriented, but it is quite very much, I think it is very much a book for the girlies mainly. But I did get a lot of enjoyment out of it regardless. It is the story of a lesbian couple, and one of the women is really, really into like extreme edge play sort of stuff, and she pretty much cannot get off without there being like a literal sense of danger. And she's been like kind of working her partner down to the point where it's like the parameters keep getting looser and looser so that it's more potentially dangerous.
Yeah.
Because it's like how she gets her rush or whatever. And it gets to a point where it's starting to like really affect and break apart their relationship a bit, because it's just like nothing's ever enough. And so one night her partner decides, like, I'm going to try and figure this out. I'm going to see if I can find an alternative for us. And so she goes out, and then she comes back and is like, I met someone who I think can help, and we're going to go see her. And the whole time they're going to meet this person, the other partner, the one with the crazy kinks, is just like, so what is it? Are we doing, like, are we going to like a BDSM club or blah, blah, blah? Are we doing drugs, like psychedelics, or like, are we going to like, is this some sort of like weird black magic voodoo shaman thing? Like, what's the deal? Like, and she's like, you'll figure it out when you get there. And so they go to this kind of like seedy kind of building with like a bunch of obvious like sex and drug play session stuff going on all the floors. They go down like a spooky stairway to like a lower level with a bouncer at the door. They have to like say who they're there to see and blah, blah, blah. And then they go down in there, and they meet this woman named Smoke, and she brandishes a copy of The King in Yellow.
Oh.
And the whole idea of the book is that because she knows that it makes people go fucking crazy, the idea is that you read it in very short, controlled doses and use it almost like a drug, because when you're on the precipice of all the dread that is induced in your psyche from reading it, if you stop suddenly, you get a huge euphoric rush of like survivor's euphoria. And then
holy shit,
she has like she nuts like crazy because of it. so she does that. She reads The King in Yellow a little bit controlled, just as much as Smoke says she's allowed to read, that sort of a thing. And then she it does it for her. But then of course, like anything else, it becomes not quite enough, and she wants to keep going further and further. So they go back a few times for sessions with her, and then eventually she's like open to inviting Smoke to do kind of a polyamory thing with them and like play back at their place, so that it doesn't have to be this like organized, like go out and be in this controlled environment, whatever kind of thing. So they do that. And it seems to be going well, but then at some point Smoke goes into the bathroom and her bag is unattended, and the other woman goes to the kitchen, and so Little Miss Psycho Kink is like, I think I'm just gonna sneak a peek at that book. She finds that the old copy of it has a couple loose pages. And she hears Smoke finishing up in the bathroom, washing her hands, about to come out, and she's like, oh shit. And she takes those 2 pages and stuffs them like in her pocket or whatever, and puts the book back. And doesn't get caught. And then after that, when she finds alone time, she decides to read them herself. And then so she reads the 2 pages, and she has like a vivid, really fucked up, like waking nightmare sort of a sequence because of it, and realizes that she definitely did a bit too much. But after reading the 2 full pages, and apparently they were from like a section of the book that she was not supposed to read, because that's like a point of no return for a lot of people, where they start to like really fucking lose their minds, and it's like the first 2 pages of Act 2 or whatever. And so she reads the full 2 pages, and after that, it's essentially like someone who permafried themselves on like psychedelics or something, because she is having lasting effects now, where she is having like moments of like non-reality during her waking life. Like everything is starting to have like a yellow tinge to it. Like everything's becoming yellow. And she keeps having these moments where it's like she loses all of her faculties and her filters and just says like really dark, like off the cuff, like primal type, like fuck you to your face kind of shit to people she doesn't like. And it's like ruining her work life, because she like just gives it to these like preppy, annoying girls at her office for like no reason other than like thinking she's got this like crazy, like wider knowledge of reality now, and she's like, them and their silly little ways, like they don't understand the reality of blah blah blah, if you could live outside your bounds, and blah, blah. And so she just like spews some psycho shit at him, right?
Yeah, and
breaks them down, and it's all over them being like, do you think this guy's hot, and showing her like a picture of a celebrity or something, and she just freaks the fuck out on him. And so it's causing tension at work, and her boss gets on her for it and all this stuff. And then eventually it gets to the point where she even goes ham on her boss. And so she's definitely like going to get fired soon.
Oh.
I bet I know why my computer was acting weird. It's because I forgot to plug in the charger. But we're done now. But yeah, I'm just going to tell everybody, if you want to read this, which I do think it was actually pretty good, if you like kind of like almost a Clive Barker-esque sort of thing, but with like a sapphic focus. I would say read this. So if you don't want to spoil it, maybe skip ahead maybe like 10 minutes or so here, and then clock yourself back or whatever. So she gets to a point where she has this friend from work who decides to like kind of get close to her, and the boss wants her to like be her ride to some work function as a way of like kind of making up for her weird blow up on them and getting closer and like fixing things in the office, because it's really tense and weird because of how she's been acting, right? And so she's like, okay, fine, whatever. And so they have like an office pizza party thing, but there's like alcohol, and the girl gets kind of wasted, so she's in charge of taking her back to her apartment. It's really close by, and they can walk there. So they go to her apartment, and she goes into her apartment, and this girl starts spouting off all this weird arcane knowledge, like she's from the fucking world of the play. And she's got like the sigil, like this special symbol that represents the King in Yellow, like on her fucking apartment wall. And like all this stuff in her apartment's full of like trash and detritus and all this shit, right? And she's just like, what the fuck this is this? This is crazy. I don't understand. And then she has like another waking nightmare, And every time she has these nightmares, whether she's like awake or asleep or whatever, but time starts to shift. She's losing hours and stuff during these sequences. She's at this place and it's like the Golden Masquerade or something. And everybody's wearing masks for anonymity, and she's being accosted and talked to by these characters who are like, just wait until the midnight hour where we can the hour of the unveiling, and then we can reveal our identities to you, and blah blah blah. So this is what she's experiencing every time she goes to the nightmare world. And so she comes back out of the nightmare world after telling them stuff about this coworker and like, how does she know, and blah blah blah, and having like a crash out over it. And she's out in the apartment hallway, and she like tries to knock on the door, and some old man answers the door, and the apartment is completely different. And the like sign that was the insignia for the King in Yellow that was like carved into her apartment is not there anymore, and everything's normal. And so she's like, okay, so the play can essentially disappear people from reality as if they were never there.
Damn.
So yeah, so this was like right before she goes off the deep end, because she realizes this shit is like ruining her life and like destroying reality around her, right? So then that's when she like goes off on her boss, and then she's getting all psycho and agitated and crazy. So she decides she's going to let her coworkers stumble upon and read pages from the book just to see what will happen. So she takes the pages she has and she just puts them in the break room and leaves.
Oh my god.
The pages have also, every time she pulls them out to read them, they have been duplicating. So there are more sections of the book than she had prior.
Oh
shit. It's like manifesting.
It's manifesting itself. It's like regenerating.
Wow.
Its own like new copy.
Wow.
And she continues to read the new content and continues to get deeper into madness. So she leaves the pages. Then she, back in home life, the throuple situation is coming to a head. It's getting real weird. Everybody's agitated with each other because she's a fucking unhinged psycho, and now there's this new party involved in the whole thing. They kind of have like a big reveal thing where Smoke realizes that she stole from her. She stole pages. And the way she realizes that she stole pages is because she sees on the news that a bunch of psycho shit starts happening around the city.
Oh, wow.
Because her coworkers have gone fucking insane, and her boss murders a little old woman, stabbing her to death with a big shard of glass on some subway tracks, and then stands there like, I have to get to the other world. I have to get to the other world, and lets a train run her down.
Oh my god.
Wow.
And so she murder-suicides, screaming to this crowd, like, I have to get to the other world. I have to get to, like, name the city from the play or whatever. And then lets herself get hit by a fucking train in front of a bunch of people. And so they're like, yeah, so how did that happen, homegirl? And she's like, I stole some pages from you. Yeah. And so they realize, like, oh, she's really off her fucking rocker, because she's like willing to do all this awful shit. Like, she just ruined lives just out of like petty spite because her boss made her angry or whatever. Like, she's lost it. She's lost in the fucking sauce. And she goes into another nightmare sequence, and this time it is like the unmasking hour at the like Golden Masquerade or whatever. So everybody reveals their identities to her, and there's this long surreal sequence of her getting brought deeper into like the lore of, I think it's called Carcosa, the city in the play. And she meets the King in Yellow, and he like speaks to her, and then eventually this sequence is really surreal, and it's very long. It's like 30 minutes of spoken audio. She eventually, it's like the city itself, not just the king, but the entire city as an entity embodies her, and it turns her into its mask. And so she comes back to reality, masking in front of the other two who think she's finally snapped out of it and she's cool now because she's acting super normal.
Yeah.
But her entire inner monologue, it's as if she is the entire collective entity of this fictional city speaking for itself. And so she goes to the bathroom and she looks outside, and the city is like, oh, I could escape into this world and I could build monuments to the King in Yellow in this world and build the city out further and take over this reality. And so she seppukus herself in the bathroom.
Oh my God.
She cuts herself up the middle, the fucking vivisect disembowels herself.
Wow.
And the other two catch wind of something going on. They're like, yo, are you okay in there? What's going on? And then they get in there and they see her like disemboweled in the fucking bathroom. And then she like smiles and then like falls to the ground dead. And for them, everything is normal. So you find out that yet again, it was just like the madness of the book. It wasn't real. It wasn't like she unleashed this power into the world, this magic or whatever. It just convinced her to kill herself.
Holy
wow.
Shit. Yeah.
That sounds
That's
really
so
cool.
clever.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I will say, I think that the way, after just reading the original book right before this, I think the way that it handled the source material and weaving it into this narrative was extremely well done. It was like it took all of the elements and the parameters that were established with the original material and built on them in a way that didn't feel like it was creating its own narrative, even though it technically could have done whatever it wanted since it's like a public domain story, but it didn't. It like stayed very true to it. Which I thought was very, very cool. And this was like it wasn't quite as like psychosexual and insane with the like whole like crazy ink BDSM aspect as something like Clive Barker would have written. But if you're a fan of Clive Barker, I feel like you would still get a lot out of this, because the King in Yellow book is essentially like a puzzle cube in this world. And it's like a tool that people use to reach some sort of like extreme otherworldly nirvana that they eventually monkey paw themselves into a hellish situation because of. But it's the same narrative device, right? But like it's not quite as like insane with like the psychosexual content, but it does have like it's a little more like vanilla, but it's got some like kink stuff in it, and it had some sequences I thought were pretty like hot under the collar. I was like, oh, well written. This is like actually pretty titillating, and it seemed like it was supposed to be. But then it would diverge into like this kind of surreal horror or this like nightmare that would pull you out of it, and I thought that was really neat. So, I'd honestly I'd recommend this one. This, as far as a lot of female written horror that I've found that's like current popular fiction, which it's hard sometimes to find stuff that isn't very, very obviously only written for a female audience. It's hard to find stuff that's like kind of a little more middle ground, accessible for just anybody to pick up. But this one, I thought, despite the sapphic content and that it's all about lesbians, the entire thing, it didn't feel so overtly in that range that it seemed like you wouldn't get enjoyment out of it if you were any other flavor of person picking it up. It was still like pretty middle of the road for the most part with how it was written. It just seemed like it had a little bit more of a bent toward that direction, but it wasn't nearly as egregious as some other stuff I picked up. Like, I've tried to read slasher books and had to go through 2 chapters of Homegirl talking about her like cupcake blog before we get to anything that matters or is scary. Like, so it's not that kind of book. So if you can get past that, I think you'll have some fun with it. But I do think I recommend this one.
Okay.
I have, as soon as you started your review, I had a joke in my head and I can't get it out.
Okay.
Imagine getting cucked by an eldritch horror book. That fucking yeah, that's fucking grim.
Yeah. Which I will say, like, if I had any kind of critique, I think one of the things for me would be like, I see this a lot in stories that do kind of this like psychosexual narrative where the only thing that matters, the only main motivator to these characters is like getting their nut. So it's like they will go to the ends of the fucking earth and risk life and limb over getting their goddamn nut. And so there are sequences in this where sometimes they're having like petty quarrel drama with the triplet before they know that like their shit's really hitting the fan out in the real world because of what's going on. And I'm like, is this what we're concerned about right now? Is this really like top of the list or whatever? But then I also have to remember that everybody is sort of kind of under the influence of this like air of madness that is enveloping them, because the other two are sort of succumbing to it a little bit as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
What I'll add to that too, the lengths that people have went over the millions of years of humanity or whatever to just get a nut off is kind of crazy. So I would not be surprised if someone did go this fucking far.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Yeah, that's crazy. What was the, like, I know it's something to do with the King in Yellow. What was the full name of the book again?
A Game in Yellow.
Yeah, A Game in Yellow by Hailey Piper. Another thing I thought was interesting, because I looked up Hailey Piper to see what else she had written today after finishing this, because I actually just finished this one this morning.
Okay.
But I found that Hailey Piper is actually a trans author.
Oh.
And I thought that was interesting because I also found out after reading Exquisite Corpse that we were supposed to talk about today that Poppy Z. Bright transitioned from female to male later on in her career, or his career. So I thought that was interesting, but that was a total accident. I just picked this one because of having read The King in Yellow, but then there was kind of a weird correlation between like 3 things that I had read this month. So
okay,
it's fucking sick. Yeah, I wanted to check this out. That sounds fucking insane.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, I love...
Yeah, it's actually pretty solid, yeah. I wasn't sure what to expect.
Yeah. I
definitely did more for me than I thought it would. Yeah. Sorry, Matt.
Oh, no, you're good. I mean, this is your pick. I am a sucker for stories that are like, as soon as you're introduced to a group of characters, it's doomed from the start. So... that sounds like something I would probably like.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie too. The setup for I don't want to say wrong, but I'm pretty sure the main girl's name was Piper. Her character and her living day to day kind of situation, and like just a lot of aspects of like her psychology and like her work-life balance and like the stuff going on with her. I found a lot of aspects of it before it got like off the fucking rails to be like very relatable and very accessible. And I thought that was really interesting because it actually got me really hooked very early on in the book. And I actually did relate to and like care about her as a character before she started doing like crazy shit. And I thought that introduction was very well written in that way.
Oh yeah,
because sometimes you just get dropped in the shit and it's like a Dennis Cooper story where everybody is a fucking psychopath.
Yeah,
and they want to fuck about it, and then you just gotta kind of go along with the roller coaster ride, right? But like this one kind of felt like it had some guardrails on at first. So
okay,
that is the thing with I Wished. I was like, you're immediately dropped into this like guy's like sexual like fantasy world. Essentially, it's not even all sexual. Like it's just this guy's fantasy world, and it's like, man, I was not prepared for any of this. Like, what the fuck? Just give me like 5 minutes to breathe here. Fuck.
Yeah.
I really want to do Risk sometime on here because the movie adaptation is on my wheel. But the book I really, really enjoyed. I actually read it for Alex Guro Works on Instagram. I read it for his short-lived little book club he did for a while, like a couple years ago, and that was something we read. And I really, really enjoyed it. I need to read more Dennis Cooper stuff. I have a couple other books, but I need to get through them still.
Yeah. Okay.
What about you, Lisa?
Okay. I guess I'm going to talk about Under Her Care by Lucinda Berry. This book. So it's like a small town. And the mayor's wife turns up murdered under a railroad bridge. And there is a mom and her 14-year-old autistic son that found the body.
Oh, man.
The autistic boy is standing over the body. And they automatically, decide he did it. So the detectives in town call in a autism expert, Casey. And Casey meets with the mom, and she's, she has an autistic kid too. And this is like her field of expertise. So she's trying to get to the bottom of it while also, defending the boy, basically.
You said autism expert. I thought you were going to say RFK. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, man.
Brainworm expert.
Yeah, that would be a whole different book. But yeah, so Casey's trying to get close to the mom, Genevieve, and be able to talk to the boy, Mason. And the mom, doesn't really let the boy out of her sight. Like, she's always there. He's never away from her. And the more time she spends with the two of them, and then eventually she gets to speak to the boy on his own, because the mom starts to trust her, and she's like, oh, she has an autistic kid too. She knows what's going on. And so, like, the more time she spends with them, the more she thinks, like, something weird's going on here. And the mom also has, like, a 19-year-old daughter that's away at college. And so Casey goes to talk to her. And the daughter starts telling her, just disturbing secrets about their family.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. And so she just keeps getting deeper and deeper into the story, and she's trying to convince the cops that, like, the boy did not do it.
Mm-hmm.
But they have their minds made up. He did it for sure. And yeah, I don't know. It's so hard because I hate spoiling anything. But the mom is really fucked up. And yeah, the more time she spends with them, the more she realizes this mom is fucked up. And she eventually proves that the boy did not do it. And it's just a lot of crazy shit happening with the mom. So, I don't know. I don't want to say too much more. It was a really good one.
That sounds pretty cool, though.
Yeah, it was a really good book. I like Lucinda Berry a lot.
I would check that out.
I've read, like, most of her books. This one was one of my favorites from her. It was very, very good.
Oh, yeah. What was it called again?
Under Her Care.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, wrote that one down, too.
Yeah, I think that's... I don't know. I was like, maybe I want to throw another book in there. Maybe not. I don't know. How many more do you guys have?
Check. I think I've only got 2 more this time.
Okay.
Well, one of them is like I read a comic mini series. It was like 6 issues, but there was nothing. So
Okay.
I've got 2 separate entries though.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I have 2 entries too.
Okay, cool. I'll I will throw another book out there. I only gave 2 books 5 stars this month, and one was Under Her Care, and the other one was called The Dark of the Moon by Fiona Valpy.
I like that title.
Yeah, I had
I
it
know
like
that author name.
I had it on my Kindle forever, and finally I was like, I just need to read this because I've had it forever. And I'm so glad I did. It's like this lady's now in her 90s, and she's coming to stay with the granddaughter of one of her friends from World War II.
Okay.
And the granddaughter and her husband have an autistic son. And they've invited her to come stay so that the granddaughter can write her story, because she's an author. And so she's telling her the story about World War II when she started as a pilot. And she fell in love with one of her instructors. And she gets moved to being a code breaker. So super secretive. The guy she's in love with gets moved on to his own super secret mission. They can't really tell each other anything. And soon she finds out she has to go on a secret mission. It takes place in Britain. And so she has to go from Britain to Italy on a secret mission. And she realizes that her boyfriend is one of the people flying these planes.
Okay.
And she's like, that's why he has to be so secretive about it. And that's another one I don't want to spoil, but it's so hard. So she ends up in a plane crash as she's going to her secret mission. And she gets really badly hurt. And her boyfriend is the one that ends up flying her back to Britain. They end up married and have a kid, 2 kids maybe. They have a couple of kids, I think. And then he disappears.
Oh, shit, okay.
And so she has spent her whole life basically searching for him after the war was over. She's checked all the concentration camps. She's checked all the military graves she can find. And she just can't find him. And the autistic son gets really involved in her story, really interested in it, and really wants to be like her and help her find her husband.
Okay.
And in the end, he does end up helping her find the husband, even though he's not alive anymore.
Oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just, there's so much about the concentration camps and what was happening to people in that time. And it was such a heartbreaking story, really. But so fucking good. So.
Yeah. That sounds really interesting.
Yeah, it really was. I don't know why I put off reading it for so long.
I mean, it's like me, God, I'm gonna sound like such a fucking, douche for this, but there's a book in the true crime genre that is regarded as like the best that I still have yet to read.
Yeah.
And I have in the past been like, oh yeah, I've read that. But I have not. In Cold Blood by Truman Capote.
Man, I read that when I was way too young, and I want to reread it. Yeah.
Yeah, that I do know
okay.
this.
I used to do that all the time with like coworkers when it came to like the height of like the Marvel movie craze, because I didn't want to tell them what I was actually watching. Be like, oh yeah, I saw the new Avengers. Yeah, I'm normal,
dude. I ain't gonna lie to you. That I did put that kind of like facade on at first at work.
Yeah.
But my coworkers are just as fucking crazy, if not crazier than myself.
Well, that's cool.
One of them, like, cause like I, like outside of our little circle and stuff like that, I don't talk about like true crime stuff to like just random fucking people.
Yeah.
But she was watching something about.
Do you know about the toy box killer?
Dude, she was watching this fucking thing about the guy who killed those kids in is it Ohio or Iowa? I can't remember. That school or like college or campus or whatever. Like he went and like killed a bunch of people. Okay. And she was watching something about that, and I was like, it's like, oh, you're watching just like true crime stuff, and she was like, yeah, and it has been her regaling me with the shit she's watching while waiting for calls, as well as me being like, oh, this story's fucking crazy. You gotta check this out. It's insane.
Well, that's cool.
That is cool.
That's cool to have a buddy for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And dude, it's crazy. Like also like a lot of my coworkers like some insane shit too. Like one of them, he was talking to me about like horror movies and stuff. And he brought up he was like, yeah, I've been wanting to watch this movie called Ichi the Killer for a long time. And I was like, oh shit, okay. I was like, what you don't understand is you fell for my autistic trap.
He's at the gate. Yeah, he fell for my autistic trap.
You fell for my trap card. Pot of greed. Here you go. Yeah, I was like, yeah, that movie's fucking awesome. It's fucked up, but it's very good. So
I still need to watch it.
It's wild. It's so fucking good.
Yeah,
I love that movie so much. But yeah, like it's crazy.
Well, I guess we're back to you, Matt.
Speaking of trap cards, and buckle the fuck up, because I'm gonna try not to go too long on this.
Okay.
But you all know where this is going, because I've already talked to you all about this story. Oh my fucking god. I first came across this story because of the last podcast on the left. They did a 4-part series on this thing.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, this story is crazy. That even in their 4-part series, there's stuff they missed.
Oh, wow.
It is easily one of the most insane true crime stories ever.
Okay.
Like, when it comes to cults and stuff like that, it doesn't get more insane. It potentially destroying as this cult. But I have it right here actually.
Okay.
The Cult at the End of the World by David E. Kaplan and Andrew Marshall. And oh my fucking god, this book is so good. It is a complete like telling from beginning to end of the Japanese doomsday cult Aum Shinrikyo.
Okay.
And this fucking guy was insane and somehow literally could have caused world-changing ramifications if it went according to plan.
Yeah.
If it went according to plan.
Yes. But that's what happens when you get a bunch of people together and start taking LSD and people fucked your plan up to a point where you get raided by the entire Japanese police force. But yeah, to give a brief fucking summary, Shoko Asahara started a yoga studio in Japan during the late 1970s and 1980s.
Okay.
And it slowly started to evolve into what Aum Shinrikyo would become.
So he started kind of espousing his weird spiritual beliefs and stuff into it towards his people and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. He actually met the Dalai Lama. There are pictures of them together.
Whoa.
He went there and he said the Dalai Lama was you are the next thing close to Buddha. You have to use that to your advantage. And originally the cult was World War III's coming. It's going to destroy the world and we have to save everybody by bringing them into our group. And it started to change the more drugs that Shoko Asahara started to take.
Yeah.
And the more insane he became, to the point where it was here's the plan now. We have to destroy the entire world to save people's souls. And how are we going to do that? We have to start World War III.
Of course.
How are we going to do that? We're going to nuke a whole fucking country.
God.
And you would think, yeah, that's crazy. Of course, that you couldn't do that. The cult was comprised of some of the most brilliant minds in Japan. We're talking nuclear physicists. We're talking super high class scientists and doctors.
That's crazy.
Fell for his fucking ruse. Yes.
Hell yeah.
When they raided their compound at the very end, they were trying to build a fucking nuclear bomb. They had tested nuclear devices outside of Australia.
Oh my god.
God damn.
They were going to do it if they could. And it's well, how are they going to get the bomb somewhere? After the fall of the Red Curtain in Russia,
mm-hmm.
He immediately swooped in like a fucking vulture and started to latch himself onto the public there, and was able to get people who were involved in their military to send them machine guns and all kinds of stuff to militarize themselves. And on top of that, a giant fucking attack helicopter that the police were like, how the fuck did this even get here without us knowing?
Yeah, that's insane.
But his plan to essentially start a lot of this stuff off with his belief and what he would pass on to his cult members, called Harumageddon, was to, was to do a full-on...
Great fucking name for a project. Like a band or something.
It really would. That'd be fucking sick. His plan was, okay, we have to attack Japan because they're going to come after us first. Kind of like some Jonestown's type shit.
Yeah.
And how they decided to do this was, of course, by attacking the Japanese subway system. Because it is the busiest subway system in the entire fucking world.
Yeah.
And on a Monday morning, I think it's March 20th, God, what was it? 95, 96. He got 10 of his cult members, 5 to do the deed and 5 to be getaway drivers. And they had bags full of sarin gas, which is a nerve agent that was constructed by the Nazis during World War II.
Yeah.
They would throw these packs onto the ground and stab them with sharpened umbrellas into the subways so it would cause as much damage as possible. Over 1,000 people were injured.
Oh my god.
It is labeled like it is the correlation. People say it is Japan's equivalent to 9/11.
Yeah.
Because to this day, their subway system doesn't have trash cans because they don't want people to hide shit.
Yeah.
So it has ramifications to this day. And
well, Japan has a big problem. I think the workaround you see with a lot of people with like psychotic disorders or like dark tetrad kind of mentalities and stuff is like people get really creative with ways to do outward harm to others because they don't have as much access to like guns and knives and all this shit. So they always like try to do like crazy elaborate like copycat shit to like people who were successful in doing something bad. So like I'm not surprised that they would do that because somebody else would definitely try to stage a gas attack. Like
like, but there was an attack previously to that one that was also successful.
Oh my god.
Ugh.
They used sarin gas as an aerosol spray. They went through an entire city strip, and it went into people's houses and shit.
Oh my god.
That killed like 7 people. The actual gas attack itself killed like 14 or 15 people. Again, that's because it was horrifically botched. Because one of the members of the cult, when he stabbed the pack, it would not burst.
Oh my god.
Because the umbrella, I guess, wasn't sharpened enough. One of them, the gas exploded into his own face.
Good.
So, yeah. It did not go according to plan, probably because they were also only allowed to eat a diet of boiled vegetables.
Yeah.
They were... There's so much.
Just drugs
like,
and boiled vegetables.
Yeah. Like, I'll be honest, because, like, I want to do something with this story eventually and I want it to be one of the more definitive things on the internet about this story.
Yeah.
So I have this book that's going to be my timeline book. I have another one back here, and I have another one coming that I'm going to cross-reference with each other with more modern sources too, to get the full fucking story and eventually try to do something with this. I already started writing on it. I'm 5 pages deep and I haven't even got to anything yet.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And it is going to be like, it is it's insane. I don't understand how this even happened.
Yeah.
Like, it's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I'm like 50 pages deep into this thing already while taking, notes and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And there's already been like close to 13 deaths associated with the cult. So they murdered a reporter and his entire family.
Holy shit.
Yeah. They killed at least 2 cult members at this time too, because they tried to leave the cult. And there's just so much to unpack. There was a Russian sect. They're still active today. There's 2 off branches of this cult today.
Yeah.
Because they split. There's Aleph and there is Ring of Light. Aleph has been investigated as recent as a couple of years ago for criminal activity. When Shoko Asahara was eventually executed by the Japanese government, as soon as that happened, within a couple of days,
a big thing because they don't execute many people. Like, that's crazy.
You have to do something fucked up for them to execute you in Japan.
Yeah.
And he, like, as soon as he was hung, by the way, they said, "Fuck you, dude. No lethal injection, nothing. We're just gonna hang you by a rope." One of his cult members took is either a van or it's like some kind of car and drove it into a bunch of people, killing them as a response to that. So they are still being investigated. a couple of members got arrested within the last 2 years for fucking tax fraud.
Oh my God.
They're still active. Yeah. It's crazy. But
Ugh.
anyway, the actual book itself is very well written, and it's by two English speaking writers, of course.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if they're from America or UK. One might be both for both of them. But they spent a lot of time talking with people involving the entire situation and the whole story. Unfortunately, the book itself is kind of expensive nowadays. I was able to get it a couple years back, and I've put off reading it for a long time. And I was like, oh, you know what? I'm going to read it just because I can. And I fucked up because I've already started a new project off of it. So, but yeah, that's the cult at the end of the world. It's, again, I'm not even done with it yet, but I highly recommend it.
Yeah.
I do think you can read it on the Internet Archive, I think.
Okay.
You can do their rent a book thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think you can read it there.
Okay.
It's very good.
Nice.
Cool. Well, once you finish your project, and you have all that in your brain and have all the pieces that you've collected, make sure to save lots of audio and video, and then we should make a fucking Power Electronics or Death Industrial album about it called Harumageddon.
Harumageddon, dude, that'd be sick. Oh my God.
Save images and audio and stuff, and then we could come up with something pretty crazy off of it. But
that's something I even forgot. He made an album.
Oh my
Shoko
God.
Asahara made an album.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Of course.
I forgot about that.
And it is, as you would imagine, fucking terrible.
Yeah, I keep it on the shelf right next to my Charles Manson.
What is it with cult leaders and making music?
That's what I was gonna say.
Because there's a Shoko Asahara album. There is a Jonestown album.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Charles Manson wrote stuff, and there was the Source family, and they made music the entire fucking time. What the fuck? I'm done rambling.
It's a good recruitment method.
For real. Except for the lyrics to one of Shoko's songs, I swear to God, is just, when you translate it, is just Guru Guru Asahara. That's the entire, that's just the lyrics. That's it.
Oh, man.
Fuck. Crazy shit.
All right. Well, I guess you're up again, Silas.
All right. Well, this one was one that I was excited to talk about with Bones here, but I'll just have him listen back to the episode.
Yeah.
Because while he and Brianna were on vacation hanging out with Chloe and I here at my place, I got to show him one of my favorite couch co-op video games. We played through all of a game called Kane and Lynch 2 Dog Days.
Okay.
And it is kind of the bastard underdog IP for the same company that created the Hitman franchise, which is their cash cow baby. But at some point they tried to make a new thing, and the first game was pretty much like an unfinished buggy mess. It's still playable and I still like it, but it's got a lot of issues. The second game is a lot more polished of a product, and I think it is tonally and visually one of my favorite undersung kind of third person shooter kind of games. It's just got a really cool gritty caught on camera crime kind of vibe to it. You're just two dudes as career criminals trying to get out of a super shitty awful situation that keeps spiraling more and more out of control.
Mm-hmm.
And just getting increasingly they're just up shit's creek without a paddle, and then it just keeps getting worse. And that's how all of these characters' misadventures go. They're supposed to be two highly fucked up, like dysfunctional, like career criminals that always find themselves in the belly of the beast no matter what, because every plan they have always goes askew. So I only recently found out that there had been a mini-series comic run created as kind of a promo material for the second game between 1 and 2. And it was only 6 issues. It was originally being put out by a company called Wildstorm. The last 2 issues actually got picked up by DC somehow. I'm not sure how that happened because it was only ever supposed to be 6 issues, so I don't know why DC picked up the last 2. I don't know if there was some sort of corporate merger or they bought out Wildstorm or what happened, but either way, I have all 6 of the comics, and 4 of them are from a company called Wildstorm, and 2 of them are from DC.
Okay.
And I noticed a marked quality drop once they switched to DC.
Oh,
Which is super funny. Not in the content, but just the printing itself, like the materials, because the comics themselves, the first 4 are on like a nice, very weighty, like almost cardstocky kind of a cover, and they're really easy to handle without feeling like you're going to do any kind of damage to them.
Yeah.
The 2 DC ones are flimsy as fuck, just like a standard issue. But they're pretty cool. They have some pretty cool covers. I don't know if the light's going to adjust well for this, but they have covers by the first 3 are by Ben Templesmith, who is one of my favorite comic book artists. So I thought that was really cool. He doesn't have anything to do with the interior art, but they picked him up for 3 of the covers, so that was pretty neat.
That's sick.
Yeah, that is cool looking.
Yeah. But yeah,
ooh,
we're just,
yeah.
Two bad boy career criminals. It's the kind of thing where, like, if you like Michael Mann films, like Heat and shit, that has that kind of gritty, down in it, like heist movie on the street level, but still wearing suits and doing white collar crime shit kind of vibe, like lots of big shootouts and crazy set piece kind of shit. It's like that sort of a vibe. That's like the main inspiration point for these.
Okay.
But there was a different comic book artist that did the covers for the last 3, but they were also pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll probably drag these out and show them to Bones at some point again. But
oh yeah, that
and
one's
their
cool.
whole thing is like they're always like they don't like each other. They're just kind of like they have to survive by working together, so they're like always at each other's throats and shit.
Okay.
But let me find my note page on this real quick. I was expecting the story to kind of bridge the gap a bit more between the events of the first and second game. This little mini story, the 6 issues, it just kind of takes place pretty much immediately after the end of the first video game. And then once it ends, they go their separate ways, and there's apparently some big time gap between that and Kane and Lynch 2. So you don't really know much of what happened between the events of, where the comics end and when the second game starts. It's just kind of like he's an old associate at this point, and so they need to work together again because Kane, the main guy who's more composed and put together and professional, he really desperately needs money. And Lynch is like, oh, come to Taiwan. That's where I'm stationed at now. And like I'm involved in this big deal. It's going to be easy as pie, cakewalk kind of stuff. And then you can have a big cut of it and leave. I'll get you back for all the times you saved my life. Like that kind of a thing.
Okay.
So that's what happens in the second game. And of course it immediately goes wrong. But this was pretty cool. It was, the artwork was pretty loose. It was almost Ben Templesmith-esque throughout, where it was like very sketchy and like not super. It wasn't trying to adhere to being like super grounded in reality with like proportions or expressions or whatever. It just kind of was like cartoony, over the top, gritty action sequence violence stuff. I will say that the artist that did the work for these, Christopher Mitten, I swear there are two gripes I had with this throughout. Homeboy cannot draw more than like two expressions. He can make people smile or be angry. And so there are, like many comics, honestly, it's a big issue in Western comics. There are so many scenes where somebody is saying or doing something and their emotions do not fit with what's going on at all.
Yeah.
At all. That's a big gripe. Not that's game changing or break. It's so standard. I see it all the time when I try to read comics, but like, the second one is this guy, I swear, cannot come up with more than like 5 different variations of goon. So all of the background enemy guys look the fucking same most of the time. And they're just generic bad guy 1 through 5, and then like sometimes wearing a different suit, whether it's like SWAT gear or like a mafioso suit, whatever it be. Street thug normal clothes, but they look the fucking same. And sometimes it literally made sequences hard to understand, and I would have to go back and reread a couple pages to be like, what the fuck just happened? Because I would think somebody died and then they didn't die, and it was just another Goomba who looks the same as the other Goomba. So I noticed that was kind of an issue for me. But overall, it was fine. It was definitely, it had a budget feel to it. I saw some pretty prominent typo and miscolor stuff a couple times. Yeah. But oh well. Like, I mean, there's a lot of art in there, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so essentially, in the first game, Kane and Lynch took down the big criminal empire that was essentially like handling them and keeping them on a leash, making them do what they wanted. And they took down all those guys and escaped essentially. But there was somebody left behind from the criminal underworld that they escaped. The person left behind was like kind of the handler and the lawyer and the consigliere for the group. Can't remember if I'm saying that right. I haven't looked that up in a long time, but she is like, okay, well, we're still taking a hit out on you guys, even though you killed all the 7, because I want you gone so I can restart it or whatever. Like, so she's trying to get them killed, and they're fighting back against her, and then they at some point are about to get captured or killed, and they get intercepted by another fucking group. And then there's this other guy who wants them, because he's like, oh, I want to restart the 7, and I'm going to make you guys be involved. You're not dying, but you have to be involved, so you have to work for me or I'll kill you. So then they get like kidnapped by another group. And so they have to stage a fucking altercation between the two groups and then use the confusion and the chaos to like get away. And so they do that, and they're still being tracked and shit, and they're like hiding out in a derelict building, and suddenly Lynch has a bunch of fucking beer, and Kane's like, where the fuck did you get beer? And he's like, well, I walked down to the corner store and got some from the little Indian market. And he was like, then they fucking know where we are now, because there's like cameras and shit out there. What are you doing, you idiot? And then they get into a big fucking fight, and then and like Kane storms off. He's like, you're fucking hopeless. And then he gets intercepted trying to exit the building by a team of fucking swatted out fucking ultra guys, like ready to come get him. Because yes, they got fucking found again. So they have a big fight in this fucking building. There's a fucking helicopter that comes and tries to blow them all away. They get outside and away from that, and then they get intercepted by police who show up, so they're about to get arrested by the goddamn police. And then the helicopter lady comes and mows down all the fucking police, and then there's a big fight there. And then the other rival group that's trying to just kill them, comes and fights the helicopter, and they almost get killed in that. It's just like this constant, like, comedy of errors of nonsense that is happening around them, and they somehow still get out unscathed. And it's like sort of kind of happening because of them, but they're also just kind of like just playing cat and mouse, getting thrown around, like tossed to whichever wolves are ready to bite them at any given time. They eventually get away, and they go to take out main girl who put out the initial hit on them. And they end up getting to her office. They like infiltrate her fucking compound. They take out a bunch of guards along the way, do their action hero bullshit. They get to her office and they go in there, and Kane is like trying to be chill, and he's just like, listen, we will let you live, but you have to wipe out this contract and just let us be on our fucking way. We'll even give you like most of the money back. I just like that we got from the dudes we murked. We just need to like be able to survive. So like you can have the however many million, but we just need enough to like get the fuck home and just leave us alone. Like we want to be done with this shit. We don't want to be part of the criminal underworld anymore. And so she's like, who's to say I won't just turn tail and just like kill you anyway after I do this for you? And he's like, I have no idea. I don't know how to verify that. This is honor amongst thieves right now. Just please let us fucking go. We got this far. Just let us fucking go. And she's like, okay, fine. I'll do it. And then so they're about to leave. And then Lynch is like, fuck this. And then he kills her.
Oh my God.
And so then Kane is just like, you fucking dipshit asshole. What's wrong with you? And this is like a thing that happens at least once in everything that they're in. Is like some sort of like agreement is reached or some sort of pact is made and things are about to be like a little more clear for them. And then Lynch goes off the fucking handle and shoots somebody. And I thought it was funny that it happened in this because it's in both of the games. But so they have a big brawl, a big fist fight. They end in a stalemate, almost killing each other, but they don't manage to. And then they finally like cool off a little bit and they're just like, all right, so I guess this is it. Let's just go our separate ways. I don't ever want to fucking see you again. And then he's just like, fine by me. And then they leave, and that's it.
Oh,
that's the end of the adventure.
Damn.
And then lo and behold, it was only tentative because then they get back together in the second game, and everything goes awry once again.
Fuck.
But yeah, Kane and Lynch 2 is one of my favorite games ever. This is just a fine, like, fun little mini-series tie-in peripheral piece of collectible media for an IP that doesn't get very much media or love. So I'm glad to have them. They're not amazing comics or anything, but they're fun. They're cool. Yeah, I'll probably send Brock pictures of the cover so he can check them out, and maybe the next time they're in our neck of the woods, I'll let him read through them or something. But this was mainly for him since we just played that game. But yeah, so Kane and Lynch, the mini-series.
Hell yeah. Okay. Well, I guess I'm going to talk about Woom from Duncan Ralston.
Ooh, I want to read that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been on my list forever to read. And you and Brianna have talked about where the monsters live.
Yeah, and I didn't make the connection until the last time we talked about it that it was the same person.
Yeah, I know. I didn't realize it was the same person. And yeah, I think Brianna said it was the same person. And I was like, oh, is it? Yeah. Man. And this is another one. I don't want to spoil anything, and it's so hard to not spoil things. Yeah. So.
Well, I'll say go ahead and say as much as you want, at least on my end, because what I do when something is spoiled for me that I'm interested in is I just wait a long enough time that I forget like every detail.
Yeah.
So like I'll just read it at some point, but it'll just extend when I read it, but I'll still read it. So,
yeah.
It's like
if I wait long enough, it'll go away.
Yeah.
It's like Sleepaway Camp, the ending. I had it spoiled for me when I was way too young, and I didn't watch it until I was like a teen, and then I completely forgot what that ending was, and then it happened in the movie, and I was like, oh,
yeah,
all right,
yeah,
that's fucking crazy.
Yeah. So, as soon as you look this book up, the first thing you're going to see in the reviews is all the trigger warnings and how disgusting this book is. And there's so many like 1-star reviews on Goodreads, just people being like, this was fucking disgusting. Why did I read this?
I'll be honest, I have recently ditched Goodreads because like the amount of people on there that are just weirdly pretentious.
Yeah. I
Like,
know.
Yeah.
I switched.
Whenever I see those, like the 1-star reviews for like an extreme horror book or whatever, I usually count that as like a 3 to 5-star review.
Exactly.
And I'm always just like, okay, I'll check it out.
Yeah.
I recently switched to this one app. I do hate some of the things that the way it's set up. It's like sometimes like when you try to review a book, it's like, add an emoji to the book. I'm like, that's fucking stupid. But whatever. It's another way of rating a book without having to see people's fucking dipshit opinions. It's called Fable. I actually saw an ad about it, and I was like, oh, okay, I'll check it out, and it's pretty good. I haven't
Hell yeah.
went through a lot of the reviews, but yeah, Fable's cool. I just don't like the emoji thing. I think that's dumb.
Yeah, that is dumb. Listen, there's one 1-star review on Goodreads for Woom, and it says, edgelord nonsense. Don't waste your time. It's the equivalent of a Serbian film.
Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah.
That's funny.
I love it.
I know. Anytime I see the bad reviews for books like this, I'm just like, oh, okay, that makes me want to read it more.
Yeah.
But I am so weird. Like, I try not to look at reviews or really too far into even a synopsis or anything about books before I read them.
Yeah.
I look at all this stuff after. So this book is about Angel. And he has come to the Lonely Motel, room number 6. And this room apparently has lots of history. Apparently lots of bad things have happened in this room. And he knows about pretty much all of them. And he calls like an escort service and requests a plus-sized woman to come to his room. And once she gets there, he starts bringing out like all these sex toys, first of all. And then he's like, I just want to talk to you, basically. And I'm going to tell you all these stories. While also...
Sir, why are all these sex toys out on the fucking table? Sir?
So he does use the toys eventually, as he's telling the stories. He'll be like, okay, well, I'm going to insert this one while I tell you this story.
Oh my.
Yeah. And she also like gets her chance to tell him stories too, about like her past. And I really like that aspect of it. I really like the storytelling between the two of them. Like each chapter is a different story, basically. Okay. So he'll be like, okay, well, I'm going to tell you this story now. And I think it's like she kind of gets tired of hearing his stories. And she's like, well, let me tell you a story.
Okay.
Yeah. And she kind of doesn't believe his stories at first, I think. And then the further they get into it, the more she's like, okay, maybe he's telling the truth here.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Like, I want to say it was the first story he told. It kind of got me with how, like, I guess visceral and, like, gross it was. Shit. I was kind of like, oh, God, do I want to keep reading?
Oh God.
Yeah. And
that aspect reminds me a little bit of was it Snuff by Chuck Palahniuk, which is like all about this like these stories told from different people on a porn set.
Oh.
Yeah, for me it was Haunted, because that has some good stories, but Haunted has the very first story has like urethral sounding and like somebody's butthole guts getting sucked out through a pool drain and like all this crazy shit that like really fucked with me. It was hard. I had to like stop and come back, but like none of the other stories were nearly as extreme, but that one, goddamn, that one knocked it out of the fucking park. But yeah, I read Snuff too, and same deal.
Oh my god.
See, and I don't think it was that bad. Like, I don't think the first story was that bad. I don't know why it got to me so much. But gross. It did. I'll say a little bit about it, I guess. It's about a drug mule. And things get lost. And he has to try and find them.
Oh no.
Yeah. And it
does a bag burst?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
No.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, and then I think some of them get worse than that, I guess. I felt like the second story he tells wasn't really like, it was gross, but it didn't really affect me like the first one did. And then once you get to the end and you find out like why this is happening, it is cool to see how it all like fits together, kind of. And it's also very strange once you see like what he's trying to do here.
Oh yeah.
I liked it. It's really short.
Oh yeah, I was looking at that.
But like, so even though it's so short, you feel like you get to know the characters so well.
Yeah.
Which doesn't happen a lot in like the short books. And I guess because it's kind of like a one room, just the two of them thing, that's why. But I felt like it was actually pretty well written and really gets you into the story. So, yeah, if you're not a bitch and you really like extreme horror type books, you should read it.
Hell yeah. It's definitely one I see floating to the top a lot when I see enthusiasts talking about stuff to check out.
Yeah.
I probably gotta try and pick up a copy or an audiobook here soon.
Yeah.
I gotta check it out.
I can't even remember where I read it at.
When I say this, I promise I am not like a spokesperson for this stupid fucking app, but fucking Everand, it will be on there August 25th.
Oh, nice.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Well, cool.
So I'll probably have to check that one out because
actually, I think I saw that the audiobook was going to be on Kobo Plus on August 25th or 26th.
Okay, sick.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a good one.
The idea of like someone being like, yeah, we'll put this sex toy in you, and now I'm going to tell you about how this bag bursts inside of somebody.
Yeah.
It's like again, from any perspective, you'd be like, why the fuck are you doing this and telling me this?
Exactly. Yeah. And that's what she's thinking the whole time. Like, because, you know, she's a prostitute and she's dealt with lots of men. And so, like, she just keeps thinking, like, okay, well, this is weird, but, you know, he doesn't seem like he's going to kill me or anything. So,
yeah.
I'll just go with it.
Yeah.
He just wants to tell me stories. It's fine.
He's not going to fucking kill me, but I don't want to be here.
Yeah.
I just, like, again, not the idea of Woom does remind me of this one story I listened to from Creepcast called what was it was like Dad Took Us Camping.
Okay.
It was posted to may have been No Sleep. And it's a story about, this kid and his two dads take the family camping. And then they get attacked by fucking fish people.
Oh.
And there is a segment about fish insemination upon a woman.
Oh, man.
And the way it's described is fucking nauseating.
Yeah.
It's like something from Slither almost, right?
Yeah.
Like, or something like that, where it's like, God, I don't want to spoil it, but at the same time, like, it's such a good story.
Yeah.
Like, the woman's like laying there, like, begging for help, and then, like, all these tadpole like creatures come out of her.
Oh, shit.
And they start eating her.
Oh.
Yeah, it's fucking vile. But I was like, that is so fucking insane.
Yeah.
And this story had like nobody had like fucking listened to it or read it. And I was like, what the fuck? This story's crazy.
Yeah, that sounds crazy.
I'll have to send that to you, Silas. The book, not book, but the Reddit story. Dad Took Us Camping. I was telling Lisa about it.
Yeah.
There is a scene of fish man insemination in that one. And it's quite grim.
Man, that reminds me, I really want to read that Fishman slasher one that Brock was talking about.
Yeah.
That
That's
one
what I
time.
was gonna say.
That
When he
looked
said
cool.
when he said fish people started like attacking them, I was like, that reminds me of that fish head book.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a pretty good one.
Yeah.
I guess we're back to you,
Yeah.
Matt.
Oh, okay. I won't go too long here because I'm still listening through them.
Okay.
And one of them, I'll go into more detail probably on the next one.
Okay.
But one of them is a John recommendation, so we can throw that in there as well.
Okay.
And it is, let me make sure I get her name right. I'll start with the other one actually.
Okay.
And then I'll go to that one. The book that I'm currently listening to is by the author of Pen Pal.
Okay.
It's called Bad Man by, of course, Dathan Auerbach. And so far, what is going on in the story from how far I've got into it, which is not incredibly far, it's about these two brothers. One's like, 13, the other one's like 6 or something like that.
Okay.
And they go to this like little corner store, and like, he's being a little brother, being like, I want to do this, I want to do that.
Mhm.
And he's like, no, we can't do that. And eventually when he like turns back around, his brother's gone. His little brother just disappears. And they go through the entire store looking for him and stuff like that. And they're like, he's like yelling for him, being like, where are you at? And where I'm at right now is 5 years later.
Oh shit!
And they have not found his brother.
Wow.
Damn.
And I have a bad feeling, because it's written by the Pen Pal guy,
Uh-huh.
that it's going to be fucking harrowing.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Yeah, I was like, oh man, what should I choose from my first book on this app? Because your first free book, and I was like, I want something else by him, because he's such a good author.
Yeah.
And this is his first like major published book. This was like Penguin House that put it out.
Oh damn.
They actually
Damn.
picked him up, from that, where I think Pen Pal was self-published.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, I want to check this out. And I started listening to it. And like, it's like, at first, like, you're listening to like the little brother, you're like, yeah, it's kind of annoying little brother
Mhm.
character. But as soon as he goes missing, you're like, oh no.
Yeah.
oh no. I was like, oh fuck, that is so fucking scary. And yeah, and now I'm at this point and I'm like, oh boy, this is going to get bad. We're going to find out what happened to little brother and it's going to be fucking horrible. And I'm going to want to take a razor blade and go up the string. But the other book here I'll go over real quick is, let me pull up my note thing so I can get her name right.
Okay.
It is House of Psychotic Women by Kier-La Janisse.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
This book...
It's on my buy list.
It is, so far, very, very good. It's not what you expect. It is, like, from when I first heard about it, I was like, oh, it's a female written book about movies, which it is.
Okay.
But it also is an autobiography about her life. And, like... how a lot of these movies correlate to her real life situation and stuff like that, where she talks about like all kinds of fucking crazy shit that happened in her life with trauma and stuff like that.
Oh.
And yeah, but it is a fucking fascinating listen because she really like goes into like the psyche of, I mean, sounds strange, I don't know, but of women. Right? Where it's like in how they are featured in horror as well as, you know, just like in real life, how the female like subconscious like works. Mm-hmm. She's like really like gets into the analysis of like humanity itself in that aspect. It's very interesting. Like the very opening, if that was the very opening of this book, if it was written by a man, it would be the most misogynistic thing ever fucking written. But it's written by a woman. So she says at the very beginning of the book, every woman I've ever met in my life is psychotic in some kind of way.
Okay.
And she says, yeah. And she says, and I think that's kind of just how it is across the board. And like essentially going into like how a lot of the stuff works with like just, you know, trauma as well as all kinds of like different factors that go into it. It's a very, very good read. And the movie recommendations are insane. Because it goes from everything from like pre-1970s exploitation to stuff like even like martyrs and etc. And fun fact too, she actually works for Severin Films now.
Oh wow.
Hell yeah.
And she curated a couple of releases for them, including the House of Psychotic Women box sets, which I recently picked up too, and which has inspired my listening of this as well. But the one she recommended too, not in the book, but that she curated for Severin, was North Sea is Dead Sea, which is all about like familial like trauma and how it's passed down, but also how, you know, when it comes to stuff like, you know, racism, how just showing someone you care enough can break that mindset. It's such a fucking good movie. And yeah, she's so good at fucking what she does. like her writing in this book is phenomenal. Okay. And you feel really bad for her. Some of it, she even says herself, she's like, yeah, I brought this on myself because I got into a literal fist fight with my stepdad.
Well, you know.
But yeah, it's fascinating. Definitely give it a listen. I think it's available as an audiobook everywhere, and what was the publishing company that's put it out? They're doing a re-release of the book physically too.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds interesting.
I just did not have extra funds at the time, but I was so excited about the book and those box sets, but I bet they're going to be exorbitantly expensive by the time I can get around to trying to get the whole run of the shit, but
yeah,
I don't know.
I actually the box sets I was able to get for a decent price because of that Severin sale that I think MVD may have had.
Okay. I think have to keep an eye out for that then.
I think altogether with shipping and everything, it was like $90-something for both.
Oh, damn.
Yeah,
All
it
right.
looks like Severin has it right now for 73.
Yeah, that's like non-sale too.
Yeah.
They're going to do a sale
Okay.
fucking Black Friday. So
Okay,
keep a
well,
lookout, yeah.
it's good to know that there's still stock on the site.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Your turn, boy.
All right. My last one for the night.
Okay.
I'm glad that Matt is here for this, but I am upset that I don't have better news.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
So I checked out Seed,
Oh
by
yeah.
Jon Silent. This is, well, it was supposed to primarily be an art book that has been making a lot of waves on Instagram, probably other places too. I think he mentions having a TikTok in here and stuff. But it has sold out like 2 or 3 times now on like Etsy, where he sells his stuff, and then he did this like deluxe hardback edition and stuff that has a little extra thing at the end. I'll just go ahead and say this is barely an art book. There is art in the book, but it is not the breadth of what you're getting. It's a lot of really improper, informal text rambling with awful grammar and sentence structure and syntax. The type of shit you'd see in like a Tumblr or a Reddit post. And it's constantly contradicting itself and constantly backpedaling on something it says vehemently in 1 minute and then decides to soften up on the next. Sometimes within like 2 pages of each other. It doesn't really have anything to say pretty much at all. There is no nuance here. There's no interesting introspection. This should have been a long form series of Tumblr posts. I don't know why this is in a book. That being said, I would have liked this a lot more if instead of filling it with fucking writing, if he had filled it with art pieces, which is, you know, the reason people follow him, because he's an artist. The art pieces that are in here are solid enough, but a lot of times they are in no way, shape, or form labeled. There's no information about the pieces. They're just on the page, and whether you get to hear what the piece is or anything about it, it's just determined by if he decides to shout it out on the accompanying text and say, that previous piece was called this, and I think it did this okay, like blah, 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 like this is how it was received. But like he only does that like a few times in the whole thing, and so the rest of it is just there. And you don't have any context unless you follow him on like fucking Instagram, which what's the point of immortalizing it in a book if you're not going to put the info for the thing that you're putting in the book? Like, I don't know. It really blew my mind. I was like, somebody should have helped him out with this. I don't know. Like it was strange, man. It was really strange. And I was pretty convinced for a while reading it, like, oh, this guy has to be like really naive or really green behind the gills or just really young, right? Like to have made this the way he did. He's older than me. He's significantly older than me. I don't know how this thing ended up the way it did. It's just not very good. I am very upset too, because I had seen a lot of hype around it, a lot of praise, and that's the whole reason I followed this artist, because I was like, I'm waiting to see when Seed comes out because I want to check that out. That sounds really cool. Because it's all the whole premise of it is it's supposed to be his art and his kind of extrapolation on his youth with unfiltered internet access and being exposed to a bunch of like real death content. And how he thought it kind of affected him growing up or affected his psyche or whatever. I can tell you right now, I hate to be this way because I don't hate this guy. I don't hate his art. I think he makes some pretty cool paintings. It's whatever. But like, I think he's a dim bulb, man. He just doesn't have anything to fucking say. So I don't know why he filled this book with writing. It should have just been like short blurbs with info for pictures. I like, it would have been such a stronger release or just a piece if it had been. But it's just like really pussyfooted back and forth all over the place, just nonsensical rambling, not a single collected thought or analysis to be found. It's just like really poorly written stuff, unfortunately. And he like says there's psychology, the backup stuff he says, and then there's like not a single citation in this fucking thing for anything.
My sources, I made it the fuck up.
Yeah.
And then he'll go back on even stuff he says that about later in the book and be like, I'm sure some people are fine and they can handle it, just not me or whatever. And first of all, I think I knew what I was in for on like the first page where he does like a content warning, and he refers to the media he's covering in part as snuff films.
Nope.
And that is a big irk for me when it comes to people talking about like real death footage or whatever, because it's like, it's not a fucking snuff film. That's not like what this is. Like, that's such a Redditor, like child teenager term for like what you're talking about when you're talking about this kind of stuff. It's just so stupid. Like, it's just, I don't know. The whole thing's just asinine. I really have a lot of contempt for it, honestly, after paying for the deluxe edition. And also the deluxe edition is very badly misprinted.
Yeah.
And the title is on the back and not the spine. And also the title on the front is Seed. The spine does not say Seed. It just says Unrestricted Internet Access in Adolescence Explored, which is the most like, you would think English is not this person's first language AI generated fucking tagline I've ever seen, but like it reads horribly. But it's also, that's not the title of this book. So why is that what it says on the spine? Why doesn't it say Seed and then that? Or why doesn't it have both on the front and both on the spine? I don't.
Yeah.
What are we doing here? This is not how you format a fucking book.
That does remind me of something that I recently ordered. I'll show this off real quick. I bought this book because I was like, oh, this could be something cool to do a video on. And then as soon as I got the book in, I'm like, yeah, maybe I should get a different book on this. Because this thing's fun. Hang on.
Oh, no.
Fucking glasses fell off. I'm sure y'all saw my glasses go flying off my fucking face.
Yeah.
God damn it. Yeah, this is about a story called the Yuba County Fob, and I'll probably like get into that more. Like, it's kind of described as America's Dyatlov Pass incident.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
There's the cover.
Okay.
Not squared up right at all.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
Nothing on the spine.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, just blank.
And the picture of the author on the back is so stretched out. It's insane.
Hell yeah.
And the book itself, like, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, it's like formatted so weird. Like, at the top it says the author's name with no spaces. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah. That's cool.
Oh, man.
This one's also formatted really fucking weird.
Oh, no.
I don't like it at all. It's like, I don't know if it's gonna... It's just really strange.
Oh, yeah.
Ugly blocks of text that, like... Just a weird format for a fucking book this size and an art book at that.
Yeah.
Also, there are non-main piece, like flourish pieces of art in this that he reuses, but not in like a way that books do, where sometimes they'll end a chapter with the same little bit at the end of each time.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you can tell he was just reusing it in like a hacky way, where it's like one of them says scum with some like weird fucked up like digital distorted whatever the fuck.
Mm-hmm.
And the opacity is really weird, so the S is very, very illegible, so it just kind of looks like it says "cum." Then later in the book, it's got that again, but underneath it, where it used to say "scum," "cum," it says "fuck."
Oh,
Ooh.
okay.
And I'm just like, what are we doing? Like, are we edgy or are we not? Because this guy is like, the whole time he's like trying to play like moral high ground and like, yo, listen, I know you're curious about this. Please do not look at this. Please do not look this stuff up. Please, guys, don't do it. You're gonna hurt yourselves.
Oh
And
my
then
God.
like later he's being all like kind of like edgy, weird about it, where he's just like, yo, I know you guys are gonna look this up anyway, so like here's the site link. And then it's just like, what the fuck, dude? What are you talking about? It's so all over the place in this thing. It's so annoying. Also, I think the coolest thing imagery-wise for this is the fucking cover, because it makes it look very intriguing and also very sketchy. Looks like something off a fucking Peter Soto scene or some shit.
Yeah.
He didn't do that.
Oh.
Someone else did the fucking cover. But like, whatever. That's fine. That happens all the time. I'm just saying, the reason I wanted this book is because I thought it had a cool cover. I thought his art is okay. I follow him because his art's pretty cool. It's whatever. But when I was waiting for the book to ship to me, I was seeing some of his posts pop up on Instagram. I was seeing some of his stories, and I was like, oh, this guy's got some stuff to say, and none of it's very like interesting or good, huh?
Yeah.
Because he's always monologuing about some dumb shit at like the surfacest of surface levels.
Yeah.
And I was just like, uh-oh. And then I got the book, and god damn it. It was just that. It was just that. It should have been a fucking Instagram story, not a goddamn printed piece of material that I paid money for. God damn it, dude. They're just fucking brain dump thoughts. It's not writing. It's not fucking anything.
Yeah.
It almost makes me
And the art's not even labeled. The art's not even labeled. You want to see Jon Silent's art? Go to his fucking Instagram. Don't buy the goddamn book.
Yeah.
Can't even get the fucking info for the pictures you're looking at. Who cares? Half of them aren't even the full piece. They're like cropped weird or zoomed in on some like little textural element that he wanted to show off, and you don't even get to see the full piece. It's so fucking weird. I don't understand. I don't understand what he was doing, man.
Oh God, dude.
You want to hear a good meditation on an early childhood of exposure to real death media on the internet? Go hit up my fucking buddy GuroWorks, Alex, the one I shouted out earlier. He's got a Substack page. It's GuroWorks with an X. You can find him on Instagram. It's in his bio. He's got a great write-up on his relationship to real death media as a teenager and how weird it was and how morally questionable it is to consume that stuff as a minor or whatever fuck. And it got included as an essay in a cool booklet that came with a special re-release of the Rare a Dead Person films, which are real death on the street documentaries that Poison Ivy Communications put out. And those are the movies that were put out by the same label that did Tumbling Doll of Flesh and all that. So if you like that stuff, check that out. Check out that release. I think you can get it through Ivy or through Scum Video. I think it's also housed on the Scum Video website, the big cartel. But it's got a piece from Alex in it. You can own that physically. It's a much better piece of writing to have on the shelf, or just read it for free on his Substack, because this is not it, man. I'm sorry, but it's not. I was excited for this book too, so I hate to say that.
Yeah.
But,
man, that sucks. I'll be honest, like, as soon as he started making posts about the book, and I was like, oh, I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
because I wanted to get it too, and then I started seeing the post about it that he was making, and like how you kind of described it, like wishy-washy he is even on the subject matter. And it's like, what the fuck are you doing then?
Yeah, like, why are you writing a book about this?
Yeah.
It's like you're waiting for the court of public appeal to decide what you should or shouldn't say. You don't actually have anything to say.
Yeah.
Like,
it almost makes me want to like write something like that myself and be like, yeah, this is what it did to my fucking brain and how it made me hyper aware of like my own mortality all the fucking time.
Yeah.
And also, if you want to take pussyfoot moral high ground and say, don't ever look at this stuff ever, don't like switch up the tone constantly throughout the piece.
Yeah.
But also don't house the book in something that looks like a really sketchy, like, Power Electronics album cover. That's so weird, because it's just not the tone that this is supposed to have, obviously, because you're not trying to be like an edgelord, or you kind of are. I don't know, man. It's so weird. The thing that really put the nail in the coffin for me, and I saw this post, I think, a day before this arrived in the mail, and it made me roll my eyes, and I was like, oh boy. Because he posted some like post or story where it was like, I never paint the eyes in my paintings. And when I was a kid, I grew up with a grandmother who was suffering from dementia. And they say the first thing that they forget are the faces. Maybe that's why I don't paint eyes. And then he posted it he added sound to the post, and he used that fucking the caregiver everything at the end of time or whatever song that's like the dementia song that's the big meme.
Oh my god.
And I was like, wow, this guy is something. That's something. That is like the most tasteless thing ever. And the thing that hurts the most is knowing that he thought it was tasteful when he posted it. And that's what upsets me. Like, I was like, oh god.
That's
no self-awareness. No self-awareness. Yeah, sorry. I hope he doesn't hear this, because I'm not trying to ruin this guy's day or anything. It's just like, I paid for the fucking book. It's my joke's on me. But you know, like, it fucking sucks. I'm sorry. If you like that kind of subject matter, read fucking anything else. Just look for something academic at that point. There's plenty of academic stuff about this kind of subject matter. Maybe not quite this pigeonholed right now, but it's coming. People are doing their thesis, they're doing their shit, they're figuring it out. You'll find stuff soon. Just wait for that.
Yeah.
There is a book, hang on. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, fuck. Where the fuck is it? I can't remember the fucking name of it now. But it's like a pretty, like, it's been done by the same publication company that did House of Psychotic Women. It's all about, like, real death on camera. I can't remember what it's called.
Get that! That sounds so much better. And it's from the same publishing house. Like, yeah, get that. Buy them both at the same time. That and House of Psychotic Women. You will be fucking set.
Yeah.
Brother.
I can't find it now. I'll see if I can figure it out. But yeah, dude. And like you're saying, like, I'll have to check out Go to Work's stuff about that, because that sounds fucking sick. I mean, maybe not, that's not the right word, but sounds cool.
It's just well written. It's just much more interesting, and like this, and like a lot of writing that's this type of thing, it doesn't necessarily take any particular stance, but it is at least way more competent at probing the beast that is grappling with media consumption, especially media consumption of that caliber and that variety in the digital age. And as a minor, like, it's so much more interesting. It's just way better. Yeah. And it's short. It's just a short piece. It's like article length. You can read it and just be like, oh wow, I got everything out of that I wish I got out of this. And this thing is like 5 times as long with the text included. And also, I just wish there wasn't that much text. I wish it was pictures, because that's what I was promised. And also, I wish the pictures that were in there had fucking information, titles, dimensions, mediums used, the year it was created, anything.
Yeah.
There's nothing in there.
Oh, man.
Oh my god. Oh my god,
But
dude.
it's an art book. Apparently, by someone's definition.
Oh my god. Why can't I find this fucking book? God damn it. I know it exists. No, I'm not looking for the Cannibal Holocaust book. That's not what I'm looking for. Fuck. I'll just start fucking headbutting drywall here in a minute.
Is this what I have to do to get 75k followers? Like really? Like this is what y'all want?
I guess so.
Like actually? Come on now. It's a fluke, man. It's all algorithms and random.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Algorithms are the fucking worst. I have it saved in one of these fucking lists. I'm trying not to like waste too much time here. Fuck.
It's alright, you can waste Chris's time all you want.
Yeah, fuck you, Chris. Read a book. God, come on. It's got to be in here. I have it literally like before it got republished. I found it on the internet and I can't find the fucking thing. Fuck. God. Lose my mind. I'm about to say fuck it. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's all good. I mean, we could always just add it in the show notes or something.
Yeah.
That's true. Oh my god. This is insane.
Well, it's from the same publishing company as
Yeah.
Pals of Psychotic Women. They can find it if they go look in the right places.
Yeah.
True crime. Real gore book.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if it has any pictures of, like, that shit in it or not, but...
It doesn't need to. That's the thing. Like, if you want to know about the subject matter, you don't have to fucking see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just, like, fucking read about it.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly, yeah. Like, and there's all kinds of...
That's
like,
why
shit
I
on
was
the
excited for this, because it's, like, artistic renders based on memory from being a kid seeing it. Like, I thought that was such an interesting idea for a project. But also, I will say, like, another big thing is you can tell that a lot of the stuff in here is they're just pieces that are just like on his Instagram. The ones that are like really specifically about like certain videos or whatever, they're very few and far between. And a lot of this art is out there on his Instagram. You can easily see it without buying an art book with this premise. Because there are only a handful of unique pieces in here that I don't think I've seen on his profile. And usually not cropped or not weirdly zoomed in or in like higher quality. Like I just don't get it. And
yeah,
it's
like I get it's fucking hard to make stuff. It's hard to make stuff. My first zine is all wrap fucked because the guy who printed it, like the setup was fucked up and he told me certain dimensions. I made everything in those dimensions and then he didn't have access to that anymore or it didn't print right or something. And so it's got weird edges and everything's all fuckered, but like, and it's all shit. It's all just like juvenile. Like I didn't know what I was fucking doing yet. I didn't know what the point of my stuff was yet. So it's like all over the place and scatterbrained and whatever, but it was like a shitty little Xerox zine. It wasn't like a hardback art book. Like it wasn't this. Yeah.
I'm still fucking looking for this fucking book. This is insane. If fucking Google didn't sell their soul to fucking AI, maybe I'd be able to find it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
Can't Google anything anymore.
No, it's fucking terrible. Oh, God. I just went to, like, Internet Archive and searched up Real Death. And it sorted my book in hopes I'd find it, because it was on here. Anyway, fuck it. It's a book that they put out about real death on film. And like the new version of it that I think Fab Press put out has stuff that's about like the internet age of like real death footage. because it came out like it was like written before all that stuff was like coming out to like on the internet. So
Okay.
yeah, can't think of the fucking name of it. Maybe I'll find it and I'll send it to you all. Fuck.
Okay.
God damn it. Drive myself crazy.
All right. Well, I guess I will talk about my last book. So this book came out a couple of months ago and I've been wanting to read it. And then Hayden Panettiere died last week.
Oh, yeah.
So I finally decided to go ahead and read it. I was actually waiting to get Exquisite Corpse with my Audible credit for the month. And then I went back to look at Exquisite Corpse a couple of days before my credit came in, and it was on sale for like $3. So I just bought it. And then I had a credit, and I was like,
Nice.
oh, perfect time for the Hayden Panettiere book. It's called This Is Me, A Reckoning by Hayden Panettiere. And it's narrated by her. And yeah, I'm listening to it, right after she died was kind of crazy.
Yeah, I was going to say that must have been kind of surreal.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
listening to her tell her story just a few days after she died. Pretty crazy. I guess I expected her to get more like in depth on the big topics like her addiction and losing custody of her kid and things like that. And those things, it kind of felt like she talked about them, but not like in depth. It was like she went really in depth about things like her childhood acting roles on like soap operas and going to auditions and like all these things. And then she kind of just glazed over like the big stuff.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, she does talk a lot about her addiction, but I feel like she didn't really talk much about like the drugs. She just talked about alcohol.
Okay.
Okay.
She talks about like when she was a teenager, I think it was. She was very young. Somebody on her team was like, "Oh, you're very low energy today. Let me give you a happy pill." And so that's kind of where
boy.
it started from, She's like, "Oh, wow, these pills give me so much energy and make me able to go out there and do interviews and deal with all this stuff." And so then it just became kind of a theme in her life, unfortunately. Like I said, she does
another person who started that whole trajectory who will never probably face any kind of repercussion for it either, which is super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know, it's fucking
Thank
crazy.
you, random stagehand or background person in the Hollywood circuit for doing that. I can't imagine how many other kids you probably did that to.
I know, right?
And how many other people in your field probably also did that to a bunch of kids.
Yeah.
Super cool.
By the way, I did find the book
Okay.
finally. It's Killing for Culture by
yeah.
By David
Shit.
Harekis and David Slater. Two Davids made this book.
Okay.
There's the original version that came out in 94, which is all about like death on camera, but the other version
I know that one.
came out, the other version that came out within 2016 doubles the length from 300 pages to 646 pages.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
And the the secondary title, it's Killing for Culture from Edison to ISIS. So it's going from like the whole history of death on camera now. So sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so she talks a lot, like I said, about like her different like roles she's had over the years and things like that. which was cool because I was a big Heroes fan, and I watched the first several seasons of her show Nashville that she was on, so it was cool to hear her talk about those shows and the experience of, you know, being on them. I feel like she didn't really go into much detail about the Scream movies, which kind of sucked. I wish she would have talked more about those. There's a point where she talks about, like, the cast of Scream 4 decided to do shrooms together in the woods or something. So that was pretty funny. And, like, David Arquette fucking with them while they're all on shrooms.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And, like, you know, she started when she was 11 months old or something like that in, like, commercials.
Jesus Christ.
And it was her mom, you know, like, taking her to all these auditions. And she talks about, like, from such a young age being, like, she couldn't disappoint her mom. She had to do so well on all of her auditions because her mom would be mad if she fucked up. Which is crazy. And her younger brother died in 2023. She talks about that a little bit. Not a lot. She doesn't even mention, like, how he died or anything. She just kind of talks about dealing with the grief of that. She goes into a lot of detail about her abusive relationship with the fucking Brian guy. I can't remember his last name, but he is the one that was with her when she died, which is fucking crazy. Yeah, him and his brother were the ones that were with her when she died. And that's insane because, like, they broke up. She sent him to jail for abusing her. And now she was back hanging out with him. Like, fuck.
That does bring up a lot of questions with her passing, too.
Exactly.
Like, I don't want to be that guy either. Like, to be like, oh, conspiracy. But I don't know. That's fucking sketchy, man.
Exactly. Yeah.
And, like, you know, just like patterns of abuse and patterns of victimology and going back to it and stuff. Like, it's rough cycles.
Yeah, because
rough and hard to break shit.
She kind of talks about that in the book, like, because there were times that she would, you know, think about, like, leaving him, but then she would just end up back. And she talks about how it's like a cycle and, you know, the patterns.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just really fucking sad. The book was fine. I wish she would have gotten deeper into some of the big issues, but it was fine. And yeah, just very sad listening to it right after she died, especially because, like, she was only 36. That's so fucking young.
Christ.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah. So.
Reminded me of when, like, when Anton Yelchin died, and I had just seen Green Room, the Jeremy Saunier movie that he was prominent in, and thought, like, and I had seen him in other stuff too, and I was just thinking, like, oh man, I think this guy might be one of the people I actually give a shit about as an actor or whatever, and then, you know, it's just over. And you're just like, what the fuck? That's crazy. And he was in, I don't know if you ever read much Dean Koontz, Lisa, but he was in that Odd Thomas movie that they made.
Oh,
and he plays Odd Thomas. And he's really good in it. It's like a super solid movie, honestly.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just, it's just one of those things where it's like you feel the pangs of loss for, like, all the cool shit they could have done afterwards, right? Like all the stuff that you think, like, because I've thought about movies after that happened and watched them and been like, oh man, it would have been really cool if he was, like, in this, because he would have fit this cast so well. And these are, like, the types of people he would have been cast to play off, and, like, seeing more like Jeremy Saunier stuff, like thinking like, oh, that guy could have been like a heavy for him, or like a repeat actor to go on other projects with or whatever. Like, I don't know, this crazy shit.
I mean, it just goes back to the whole idea of like Hollywood. Hollywood eats its young.
Oh yeah.
Like it has always been a system that has took people in, chewed them up, and spit them out.
Oh yeah.
And
the girl who played Lilo, was out living on like Skid Row or like in the streets or whatever, and doing copious amounts of hard drugs. And apparently, she had a bunch of fucking money in the bank. And the person who was trying to find her so that he could make a fucking documentary about her dire straits, like downfall and the current state she was in, because he was like her agent, like her manager, and was like, God. Oh, this would be a great opportunity for me to start a documentary filmmaking career for my client, who's lost somewhere out on fucking Skid Row. I could go find her and then make a documentary to exploit the fuck out of her, and then get my foot in the door to make documentary films. Like it's the whole situation was disgusting. It was evil.
Yeah.
It's like it's always been this way with Hollywood. Like it's like if you look at like even the actress who played Dorothy in Wizard of Oz, she ended up becoming a fucking like an addict herself.
Oh yeah, because they were just feeding her so much shit to keep her acting, and it's like when it comes to like even like horror movies, why so many actresses and actors like loved horror movies, because especially women, because it was like at a certain point the Hollywood system would be like, oh, you're too old now, and they're like maybe 30, and it's like in the horror like industry would be like, oh, you're available to do movies? Oh fuck yeah, come on, let's do some stuff together. And it's stuff like it's so crazy how many movies exist that have tore the Hollywood system a new asshole, but it just continues to fucking thrive and eat people alive. Like Mulholland Drive.
Nobody can stop them because the money's there. Like, so they get the rule over people's lives with that shit. You know, as long as there are people desperate enough to do it, then there will always be the people who have been passing that wealth down generation to generation who are going to continue to do that business, and it's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
What's like Mulholland Drive is a massive takedown, but you can go further than that. Sunset Boulevard is a massive takedown of how Hollywood treats women in general.
Yeah.
Because she, like the whole idea in the movie, she starts killing people because they're replacing her and her star.
Yeah.
And that was made in the fucking 50s.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's an ongoing thing. The amount of abuse that happens in the Hollywood system, it's fucked.
Oh yeah. Yeah, in this book, she talks about, you know, because she was really popular in the early 2000s, and that's when the paparazzi were at their fucking worst, and just like fucking Perez Hilton and all those people, just like trying their hardest
that was like the height of mainstream absolute exploitation trash culture.
Like they would. The paparazzi would like yell things at her like, oh, you're looking fat today. And like, you know, shit like that. Like, it's insane. Why are these people like this?
Yeah. That's one thing that I 110% do not miss about the 2000s is if you were a pound over 100, you were seen as a fucking fatso. Meanwhile, the people who are screaming that shit at you are like fucking
way
built like
than you.
Yeah, they're built like me, just with Cheeto dust in their fucking
but they're
fingers.
not women.
Like,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they're just like fucking fat men, like eating a fucking hot dog or a donut while they stake out your house. Like,
it's fucking.
It's like, it was fucking gross as fuck. But also, like, all those people, like that whole profession, it's like it attracts people with like sociopathic traits. Like that is largely why people get into that shit, because they know that they're predisposed to be able to do it. And then you think about movies like Nightcrawler with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yep.
And like how that kind of bridges between those two things like that and like the real death coverage, like on the street media kind of shit. Mm-hmm. And it's like a lot of it's the same types of people.
Oh, yeah.
Who are just willing to do anything because they know that there will be a market for it and they can scrape together some scratch out of it. Like, crazy.
Yeah.
Even to other places, like in third world countries where, like, I don't remember what it was. There was some show, I want to say it was in like Brazil, and they were setting up, they were committing crimes. They were like setting up and staging things for a show that was really popular as like an exploitative, like late night news TV kind of reality thing. And they would go out and film crime scenes. And then they were working with organized criminals to like commit those crimes so they could go film it later so they could get ratings for their fucking show. Like, it's crazy.
That's insane.
There's a documentary about that I still need to watch. It's I think it was Killer Ratings that Netflix put out.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, I still need to watch that. I've heard it's really fucking good though.
Sorry if I got that. I can't remember if it was Brazil. It was somewhere. I think it was a South American country.
It was,
where that was happening. But yeah, it was rough. It was crazy.
What's like even like you're talking about like how they did that shit. It's like in like Mexico, like Alarma magazine is still fucking active.
Yeah.
And they still like,
which is insane because most of that stuff has been long shut down. Like the insane exploitative, like true crime magazine kind of shit. Like, but some of them, it's just, it's like that place is so in a chokehold because of the economic situation and the cartels that like people are so demoralized they can't get out of it. Like that's just like the reality of life. It's so fucked.
What's like, don't get me wrong, there is a morbid part of me that's like the Alarma magazine and stuff like that. Like there's a odd, like weird, almost like nostalgia.
Oh yeah, I just bought there's this Thai zine label that put out a collection. It was a photo book of covers from some of those old, like really fucked up Thai true crime magazines, and they used to do covers that were really provocative, and they were staged like acts of like violence with women, like women being like chained by like a big imposing guy, like kind of stuff on like a photo set. But then the inside of the book was just a bunch of true crime articles with real gore pictures.
Yes.
And I bought this zine that was like a compendium that was archiving a bunch of the most provocative like covers that they ever did for that. But that's not associated with that magazine. It's like that they're long defunct. It was more of a like archivist, like this happened kind of a thing, you know, like, it's still, you can say it's still sketchy and exploitative to an extent, but at least it wasn't supporting the main fucking people that did it. Like, back in the day, like,
not to get like too much into like the true crime weeds, I guess, but like, it's like, even in America, we had the quote unquote true detective magazines that were all like, the covers would be like a woman like chained up, like you said, with like a guy on the cover, and inside it would be that kind of shit. And like even like stuff like Playboy magazine had shit like that in it.
Yeah.
It's like, and it's crazy because people like fucking Dennis Rader, BTK, he got off on that shit.
Yeah.
And it led to him doing the shit he did. Somewhat. Like, you can't completely blame them, but like, still, like, fuck.
Yeah. He was in the audience at least, and that's something, you know, you always have to think about, like, oh man. Dude was, All
right, well, I think that's it for us. I guess we will be back next month to talk about Exquisite Corpse and other books.
Woo!
So, yep. Say bye, bitch.
Bye, bitch.
Bye, bitch.